Welcome back for another book talk video. It's Thursday, and it's a Throwback Thursday. I am so happy to tell you. Today we're talking about a book from a while back. It's called The Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett. For me, The Pillars of the Earth was a 4 out of 5 star book, but when I think back about it, I may bump that rating up to a 5-star book because this book really contains so much in it that I absolutely love. Ken Follett has written historical fiction here. It is technically the first book in a series, but you do not have to read any of the books with each other in the series. They are all standalone. They're just all about the Kingsbridge area, the people and political situations surrounding the town. But it feels like epic fantasy, despite the fact that it's historical fiction. There's no magic in it. There are no magical creatures. But it takes place in the medieval times, Dark Ages. And in addition to the book, there's an amazing TV miniseries that was made. It has some great movie quality actors in it. I believe it was 8 episodes in the miniseries. It's almost a 1,000-page book. So when you think about it, they're trying to do about 120 pages in each hour, which is still tough to accomplish. But they managed to tell a lot of the story and tell it very accurately and very well. I thought the actors did a really nice job in it. I recommend this is another one where you can read the book, really take in and enjoy it, and then you can watch the miniseries and see a great adaptation. And there's a lot happening. Starts out with some characters who seem kind of small in the grand scheme of things. Peasants, people who are builders and workers, and people who live out in the forest. And the story builds bigger and bigger with these various monks and priests and people who are part of the royal family, politics going on. So it's a very exciting story, and it's multi-generational as you get to see these kids grow up from being children into adults. And at the beginning of the story, their parents, that generation is really leading the story. And then as the kids grow up more and more, they take over the story. And it's really fun to see the commerce taking place, the markets, and the trading. It's fascinating how these characters even just survive in the setting they're in. The concept of might is right seems to keep popping up as we've got wars going on, and the kings, the people in power, are often more concerned with who can win them a victory, who can give them soldiers, who can fight for them, than actually providing a sense of justice and doing what's right. So we've got characters trying to figure out how to handle those political situations. There's also, really and truly at the core of this story, the story of the town of Kingsbridge and its people trying to build a cathedral, which is why at first I thought that this could be a boring story. I was like, it was a book club pick, and I thought, you want me to read a book about people who are building a cathedral? Like, is that going to be interesting? The architects, the builders, the monks and politicians who have to pay for it and how they find the money for it. But oh, it is. It's one of the most fascinating books I've ever read, seeing how they have to come together and have to overcome all kinds of odds and obstacles in order to achieve their goal of building a cathedral. And it's quite amazing, year after year, and like I said, multi-generational. Something else that really could blow your mind with this is that even though there are a lot of fictional characters in here, there are also real historical people in the narrative. Kingsbridge is technically a fictional town, but Ken Follett based it on real towns. It's a really fascinating weaving of the fictional characters with the real historical characters, and the fictional town with the historical locations and battles. In case you can't tell, I highly recommend this book. The other thing I should say is for the series, if you want to learn more, while these characters don't continue on, the town continues on. So I have read the sequel to this, World Without End, and I've also seen the miniseries for World Without End. The sequel's amazing. I didn't think anything could be as good as this book following it up, but they did a great job with the sequel. The sequel, you then get nuns added into the mixture. That brings a whole lot more into the conflict. That's it for today. Every day is a great day for book talk. Peace.